All right, so welcome to class for this video. Since you know that we're working on power, this month we'll be earning our stripe for power, and that this week we're focusing on getting power through anchoring. When we do our student creed today, I'm gonna break down the stances and talk about how we can anchor our stances in our student creed, all right? So still say the words along with me, but just adjust your stance as you need as I'm explaining it for you. All right, so feet together, hands by your side. I'm a dedicated martial artist. Student creed begin. So we step out with our right foot, right? Or we're still facing forward. And then as we throw our technique, we're gonna rotate up on our heels to face the other way with our hips and do our high block punch. All right? I must develop myself in a positive manner and avoid anything that could reduce my mental growth or physical health. Number 2, you're going to turn towards the front again. You're going to make an X. You're going to index, so you're going to bring your foot in, bring your foot out, and then as you do your low block, that's when you're going to drop your weight and get into your close kneel stance. I must develop myself in a positive manner and avoid anything that could reduce my mental growth or physical health. That was number 1. Now, I just said it twice. We're going to say number 2. I must develop self-discipline in order to bring out the best in myself and others. Number 3, you're going to rotate so your toes are facing this way. Now you're going to rotate so your toes are facing the camera, facing forward. You're going to bend your knees into that horse stance, and you're going to punch. I must use common sense before self-defense and never be abusive or offensive. Number 4, feet jump in. They're nice and tight together. Toes are touching. Make that V chop high. Aya! Winners never quit. Quitters never win. I choose to be a winner. Then you're going to jump out into your horse stance. Aya! This is a black belt school. We are dedicated. We are motivated. We are on a quest to be our best. Asa! So you're going to punch. You're going to chop. And when you do so, you're kind of in a neutral stance. And then when you go to punch, you can bend that knee forward. Ready, set, and courtesy. So now you know how to do your student creed with anchoring. All right, so black belt lifestyle skill is nutrition. Last video, we talked about how too much of a good thing being those sweets that we all like, can be a bad thing, right? So, told you to be mindful of your eating. The rest of this week, what I want you to do is I want you to keep track of what you're having for one meal. It could be breakfast, lunch, dinner, or it could be your snacks. Just keep track of it. See what you're having, what's fueling your body. Ask your adult to do it along with you and help you out. And see that if you guys, for this week coming up, can do things and eat things for your body that will be healthy. The other alternative to that, if you don't want to do it with food, what you could do is track how much water you're drinking. A lot of us don't drink enough water throughout the day, and we have things like those things that are bad for us, right? Like soda, juices with a lot of sugar, those types of things. So see if you could switch out some of those and track how much water you're drinking instead. All right, so that's your challenge for the week with nutrition. Let's see how it goes. So since we're talking about nutrition as our black belt lifestyle skill and keeping our body healthy, we are doing a push-up challenge. Now that challenge is for you to do 5 push-ups every video that you're doing for karate, or go even higher and do 5 push-ups every single day. Graduation is at the end of this month, so we're working to build up that strength and readiness to be at that next level. So let's do our 5 push-ups together today and do your very best to do black belt push-ups. All right, down for push-ups. Let's do it together. And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Pop up. Give yourself a hand. You're doing great. All right, so this week we're working on getting power through anchoring. Say anchoring. And remember, power is the stripe that we're working on this month. It's going to be a blue stripe, and it's blue for power of the ocean. Anchoring is when we take our bodies and we stay grounded to the earth and help use that energy to get more power. All right, so last video, we talked about keeping our heels on the floor when we do our stances, even in transitions, going to different stances, and when we do our kicks. So we talked about our body staying anchored. The other way that you can get anchoring is by having your target anchored. So making it so your target can't move, stays in one spot, and then you can do your attack or your self-defense, what have you. So what that looks like is we want to have the opponent stop moving. We can do that a couple of different ways. They could be, pushed up against a wall, so maybe we've kicked them and now they're against a wall. Maybe they had us against a wall and then we moved so then they're against the wall. Those types of things. Something that's a little bit more in our control is we can grab them and anchor them ourselves. So a great example is in Action Karate Form 4. We do our chop, we do our punch, we do our spear, right? Pretend you speared someone, in the throat. Then what you could do is grab the back of their head and you can kick it. So you're gonna take your back leg and now you just kicked them and they couldn't move, they were anchored. All right, so let's practice that a couple times. So once you do the spear, you're gonna pretend like you're grabbing the bad person in the back of the head and that you're gonna throw a kick. All right, so guard stance, we're gonna do chop, punch, spear, grab the back of the head of the bad person, and kick. All right, I'll do the same thing on this side. Chop, punch, spear, grab the back of the head of the bad person, kick. All right, so now that you have that down, let's take out the chop, punch, spear, and let's take out the chop, punch. Let's just do the spear, press, and kick, all right? So get into your stance. Spear, grab the back of the head, press, and kick. All right, let's do it on this side. Spear, grab the back of the head, press, and kick. All right? So, now that you know that, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna throw on some temple run. When the temple run person is running, you're running with them in place. When the temple run person goes under, you're gonna do a duck or a squat, right? You're gonna go down, up, keep your hands up, keep your head up, right? We don't wanna do this. We wanna keep your head up like this. And then if the temple run person jumps over, you're gonna do your spear, grab, kick, and then keep on running. All right, so that's your challenge. Let's get after it. So just to practice our anchoring a little more, I'm gonna show you another technique that's not in your form that you can do. All right? So again, if you wanna anchor someone, you can grab them in the back of the head or something like that. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw an elbow. So you can still pretend you're throwing like a spear, grab them in the back of the head. You have the bad person by the back of the head. You're gonna take your hand and you're gonna elbow. So you're bringing your elbow to the person who's anchored, right? You're kind of doing a little bit of both. But let's practice that together now. Ready? Spear, grab the back of the head, elbow. Yeah, switch. Spear, grab the back of the head, elbow. One more time on each side. We'll stay on this side. Ready? Spear, grab the back of the head, elbow. Other side. Spear, grab the back of the head, elbow. All right, so now you got the person anchored. You're doing an elbow. We're gonna do the same thing we did with our kick, where we're gonna do tempo run. You're running with the tempo run person. If they duck, you go under. Or if they go under, you duck like that. If they go over, you're gonna do spear, grab, elbow. All right, make sure you're switching sides every time so you're practicing both. So let's get practicing our anchoring. All right, so time for our form. We're gonna practice Action Karate Form 4 once together. I'm gonna go through it quickly. In video 1 of the week, I broke down all the different areas that we could apply anchoring. So I want you to bring that into this as we're practicing. If you didn't have the opportunity to watch that video, I definitely recommend doing that. If not a big deal. You can still certainly do the drill that we are doing now. All right? So let's back up. Action Karate Form 4, ma'am. Guard stance. I'm just gonna say go, and I want you to do it with me all the way through. Ready? Go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Horse stance. Go. Up, in, out, touch, down, back, push down. Set, victory, humility, courtesy, ma'am. All right, now to practice, what I'm gonna do is throw in some music. And you're gonna hear me say a stance, and that's the stance you're gonna go in. And we're using that anchoring and making sure our feet are totally on the ground and grounded. All right, so just to review, our neutral bow is that first stance in our form. Our forward bow is that second stance. So our knees just barely, it's bent so we can just barely see the tips of our toes. If I say horse stance, it's like the stance in Star Block set. All right, so we might hear neutral bow, forward bow, horse stance. Or you might hear me say crescent kick. If I say crescent kick, what I want you to do is do that crescent kick and anchor that back foot, keep that back heel on the ground. All right, and make sure you're practicing on both sides. So if you do a neutral bow on this side the first time, then you should be doing a neutral bow on this side the second time. Balance it out so that you're practicing both. All right, let's get it. Neutral bow. Forward bow. Neutral bow. Forward bow. Neutral bow. Crescent kick. Crescent kick. Horse stance. Crescent kick. Crescent kick. Neutral bow. Forward bow. Neutral bow. Crescent kick. Crescent kick. Horse stance. Neutral bow. Horse stance. Neutral bow. What a wicked game you play. Forward bow. To make me feel this way. What a wicked neutral bow. To let me dream of you. Crescent kick. What a wicked thing to say. You never crescent kick. What a wicked forward bow. Neutral bow. Horse stance. So for this week, we're going to practice our self-defense quickly, and then I'm going to give you a drill. So similarly to our form, I did break down areas of anchoring in the video 1. So if you wanted to watch that from Monday, you certainly can. You don't need to though. You can do this drill without having seen that. All right, so we're doing our passing the horizon self-defense. Hands up. I don't want any trouble. Hand behind your back. Ready? 1, step back, elbow, elbow. 2, step around, pass the horizon. 3, punch, punch. 4, roundhouse kick, and cross out 2 steps away. 1, 2, yeah. And back. So that is our self-defense, our passing the horizon self-defense. So now what's going to happen is I'm going to throw on some music. When you see an opponent pop up, so it could just be any random opponent, you're going to do your self-defense. All right? You're going to do your passing the horizon self-defense. You're going to do it with as much power as you can in the air, and then stand. Actually, why don't we run in place when we're not doing anything? All right? So you'll see the ocean. If you see the ocean, you're running in place. And then when the opponent pops up, you're doing your self-defense. All right? Let's get after it.
standing right beside you is enough. You can count on me, and I can count on you. You show up for me, I show up for you, and I'll keep showing up for you. So take my hand, don't be afraid. This too shall pass, this too shall pass, and we'll get through it all together. We'll get through it all together. Swear you're safe. This too shall pass, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and we'll get through it all together. We'll get through it all together. That's all. We'll get through it all together. We'll get through it all together. That's all. That's all. We'll get through it all together. We'll get through it all together. That's all.
For sparring this week, I'll review our sparring move that we've been doing all month, and then you're gonna get to free spar. But with the free sparring, all you can do is that combo. So I want you to stay light on your feet, bouncing around, do that combo, get back light on your feet. All right, this is gonna help you practice following up. A lot of people, especially when they first start sparring, just throw one move. All right, you want to throw multiple things. So keep going until you have to stop, till the referee says stop. All right, so just to review that combo one more time, you're in your fighting stance. Front hand's gonna punch twice for 2 jabs. So you're gonna do jab, jab. Your back hand does uppercut. Then you're gonna switch your feet so your left foot's in back. You're gonna throw a knee, land. Your right hand, which is your back hand, does your reverse punch. All right, so let's do that together once. I'm gonna say go, do that whole thing. I'll say the moves as I do them. Ready? Go. Jab, jab, uppercut, switch, knee, reverse punch. All right, so that's your combo. I'm gonna throw music on. You'll have a minute to 2 minutes, depends how long the song is, to be doing that. You might get tired, and that's okay. You wanna keep going, all right? Because when you get to the black belt test, you're gonna have to fight and keep going, all right? You can do it. I believe in you. You just gotta believe in you. So let's show that technique and how awesome we are. And let's get after it. We'll end class, as always, with our principles of being a black belt. Feet together, hands by your side. I'm a dedicated student of the martial arts. And I live by the principles of being a black belt. And they are integrity, concentration, perseverance, respect and obedience, self-control, humility, indomitable spirit, knowledge, power, black belt, courtesy. And you're out of here. Nice job with class today.